Here I come. All right. Hey, everybody. Oh, look at that, Boston. Boston, you're the best. Seriously, that is so awesome. Thank you so much for that super sticker right off the bat. Makes me smile. Hi, y'all. I hope everyone had a fun, safe Halloween. Yeah, you guys. I have a really cool presentation today. Welcome in. Hey, Muffin Top. My amazing mod. Hey, Mary. DJ, hi. And of course, Boston, starting me out with a super sticker. Thank you so very much. It is quite amazing. GH White, happy, what are we? Tuesday, Wednesday. Jesse, hi. Justice coming soon. Jean, Jesse, are you new? Maybe not. BC. We have a really interesting live. Shazam, hello. No, you're the best. No, you're the best. So, I don't know, you guys. Wait, let me close my freaking blinds. Wait, hold on. Way better. Sometimes the light bothers me. Sometimes it doesn't. So welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. What does that mean? It means everything I do here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So my information just comes through me. I don't know how else to explain it. Other than it's here to serve the purpose of bringing justice to the children. And I really hope that is what it's doing. So, because it looks like this country wants to ignore this shit. Don't know why. But then again, it's kind of obvious. Because there's so much going on all these days. A lot of shit going on. You guys, I'm eating candy. I should not be eating this freaking candy. Hear that? They are gummy bears. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I do here. Try to bring justice to the children. And yeah. And I just don't, it's so frustrating. It's become, some days are just so frustrating. And today's one of those days that I reflected on what the fuck am I doing. And then I always come back to the beginning and evaluate what I'm doing. And hi, Vanessa. Hi, Jesse. And I evaluate myself in a sense, like, what, is this one day going to get cracked open? And when I question myself, I usually do get answers back. There's somewhere, somehow, it answers me. And that's what it did today. It answered me because I was listening, not to say, now again, these are just, the information I bring here brings me to other information. Many times I will say something and nothing's been proven, right? And nothing's been proven false. But as I was sitting here questioning myself, I was listening to the news, right? The news on Matthew Perry. And there's just certain things that just hit me. Now, not to say Matthew Perry is another Aaron Carter or another celebrity that has been touched by something like this. Maybe, maybe not. But I do know that it hit me today in a time that I was questioning what the fuck am I doing, right? And there are no coincidences. What? Boston. Boston, Boston, Boston. $50. That's the biggest one I've ever gotten. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. What a blessing. That's from everyone not to distract. Sorry. Oh, not going to distract. Matthew Perry. Not to say that he has something to do with it or not, but when we do things here in spirit and we work literally just, we work and say things and know nothing. Nope, not infused. They're the gummy bears from those little packages that are the best. And they're like not real soft. That's how I like them. Nope, they're so little that the little package is gone in a freaking moment. Anyways, 2 days ago, I don't know if it was the same day or not, I brought up Batman. Out of the blue, I put Batman in my presentation because I said I saw Batman in this mirror. Now, when I say stuff like that, many times I'm not looking for someone to say, oh, I see Batman too. I see him also. When I say I see something, it's because I see it in my third eye, meaning that spiritually it's being shown to me. And I saw that Batman reflection, and it was in my life. It's been in my lives before. And this is what I showed you guys was this. And then I said, it has something to do with it. Now, about a year ago, I did something so freaking silly that many of you probably didn't see it. It was when I brought all of those caricatures in because I was being shown Batman, I was being shown the Joker, and I did this whole presentation. And I listened to it today. I had to go back and find it. Let me play this for you real fast so you see. I'm going to make a point here, okay? That, listen. Travel together. It took a while for them to bring these kids together. This was a reading that I did over a year ago. I'm showing this to you because I know that I felt these caricatures very strongly, and I brought them up back then.
She wants me, she actually told me not to write. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess it's disrupting now. She wants me to say something else. She doesn't want me to do that right now. The missing children, the SUMMERWELLS missing children just told me what's more important than me telling everyone who the Joker is and that, that this reminds them of them being stuck in the box. She wants me to tell you guys to pay attention to people that are speaking, that the story is being told out loud right now on YouTube, that we are not paying attention like we always have done in the past. That's what she said. They think it's so clear. They think it's really clear. And that we need to understand that water is involved. That whatever I showed the other day, I don't know what that was, but they want me to say that that was part of their process, that that's real. That we will never find them until we break open the group that's doing it. We will not find them until someone in the group tells the story, because they're so burnt up. They're so gone. You'll never find them if they don't break their story. That's what they're saying right now. She's telling me I'm wasting my time, that someone needs to break the story because where they are and what's going on with them is so fucking horrific, and they know exactly what to get rid of, that you won't even find DNA unless someone cracks the story. Unless someone breaks the story, they're saying someone needs to spill the beans. Someone needs to spill the beans. It's going to be one of the mothers of these children that just can't take it anymore. She can't take the heat in the kitchen. Candace can take the heat in the kitchen. She shows so much information. Everything that she shows, even down to the Mountain Dew can that she just showed Benny, and they laughed. They're telling me that Mountain Dew can is, they're just speaking to each other on like a flirtatious level. That's all they're doing. And they're so sick of watching it, these kids. They're sick of watching it. It's just been happening. It's been happening to them.
So, when I listened back to this, it told me a few things that are being discussed right now during Matthew Perry's death. And I'm not saying that he's one of them. What I'm saying is it's making me reflect on the work that I have done up to date. Hi, Crystal, sassafras. And to allow myself to feel the understanding of how much I have uncovered. I can only say that because that's what I believe to be true, right? I believe that the things that I have said is the story of the SUMMERWELLS children. And the information, the little bits, the little crumbs, the little teeny crumbs that are being shown through Matthew Perry, even the people on Friends think something isn't correct. He talks about Batman, that he's Batman, talks about the water, and he has said it enough times in his own social media that people are like, what's with the water? Did he know he was going to die? Was he aware of this? And no one understands it. They're not gonna understand it. Someone within the SUMMERWELLS group, it's the same thing. No one's going to understand what's going on clearly until someone from the inside steps forward. No one's going to know really what these little things are unless someone stepped forward. SUMMERWELLS, her case is no different than any of these other cases that are going on within this universe that make no sense. That make no sense. Right? So it allowed me to reflect upon everything that I have done. And it is frustrating, but I have to believe somewhere it's going to come together. Because someone knows the story. And I think it's someone that knows this channel. Because there's a difference lately when I show my information, there's a presence that is looking very intensely in a way that they didn't look at this before. Because many a times the people within these groups and within these circles believe that is what's real to them. Like it's okay what's happening, you know? Like it's okay what's happening to the children because it's what's supposed to be. But amongst the people that listen, obviously lately, I don't know what happened lately, and it doesn't matter really. The views, something's happened with the algorithms. I'm going to have someone look at that. I think it's because there are people that don't want this channel looked at. They don't want this channel looked at. You know, there's things to look at. There's things to look at that you're going to see that you've never really seen before because of what I am discussing. And it's being accepted somewhere on a very high level, this way of treating humans is been accepted. And they've been using the airways, social media, as a way to show it to other people because it's being hidden beneath the deep fake. So this is a scene from Friends. Now, as ridiculous as we may want to think this is, you watch this and click on it, you get really crazy information. And the information that it shows is the SUMMERWELLS children. That coat there turns into a little smiling face, and it's all that is an element that we've been seeing for 2.5 years, and the dude winds up with no pants on. So I don't know what is behind this guy, but I would never have looked at these videos had I not compared it. And what's in the videos is what I've been looking at for the last 2.5 years. It's there. I don't get it. But there's shit in here. And this is just one of the clips. So, let me move this. People may be like, oh, you're moving it slow, you're doing this. No matter how and what we're doing here, the elements wind up being elements that we've been looking at. And their faces pretty much change looks as if they're not the same people. Just like how we have in the SUMMERWELLS case. See, she winds up with this shit on her head. And I guess I'm so fucking sick and tired of showing over and over how this is being manipulated, because it doesn't seem as if anyone in a position that could do something about it is doing anything about it. Because you don't all of a sudden have a Jennifer Aniston with nothing on her neck, and then all of a sudden have something on her neck, and then she appears to not be Jennifer. So this is what I was shown today. And there are a lot of clips like this. Most of which, a lot of them are with his co-star. What's her name? The one with the black hair. Her. Oh, with the black hair. Is this the one? Wait, let me see if this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Now, this one goes from to different, completely different people. That's not her. Yeah, they like switch out. I'm telling you spiritually that these are different people. They're not them. See how it's like, unless this is something that their people are playing them. But you go through this stuff and it's just weird. It's weird. And it reminds me of everything that I've been looking at for the last 2.5 years. Like, these people don't even, when you really look at it, that's not her. Come on, you guys, that's not her. Watch. That is not her. No fucking way. So, yeah, do they have people who play their part? But the people that are playing these parts look like SUMMERWELLS children. They wind up with shit on them and bruised and change of faces, and same thing I've been looking at for since day one. What have we missed? Seriously, what have we missed? Is this something that is just been always done? Doubles and this and used to tell these stories? Look at his face. Look at his hands. But these are two faces. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this all just is, it hits me hard, put it that way. This hits me really hard. And obviously I can't prove shit. But when I'm looking at this stuff, I'm looking at it and getting sad. Like, I don't think that this person here is fake. I feel like something is going on here. And it makes me very uncomfortable. So it is what it is. This is just my insight. And it hits hard for me. Like, these scenes in here that are placed in here don't seem normal. Let me show you what her face looks like. So, this is how my world works. when I start to reflect upon certain things, I'm shown information, not necessarily saying this has to do with Matthew Perry. It has to do with me acknowledging and keeping with the understanding that, like, don't give up. This is everywhere. But I'm WCAA network here, everyone here. It's up against massive group of people. And I think a massive group of people know what's going on, but they just want to keep giving little crumbs, like just little crumbs like this, you know? Little crumbs like this, like why this? And he had the Batman sign. And it's like they're having you want to question it. Oh, sassafras, very interesting. It was also 54, and their apartment number in the show was 5 and 4. People out there want us to question it. They're asking us to question it. You know, they're putting stuff like this out. Like, why does anybody know if there's a reason why he's posting so much about Batman? I feel a direct hit that it's being questioned. You know, they show this as something that's in his room. But if you look super close, there's a sick-ass fucking image in here. And these are images of SUMMERWELLS children. What's the difference between that and what I showed you the other day in Brian Kohlberger's rearview mirror? Nothing. Nothing. To me, they're the same. It's saying Batman, and it's showing the same thing. What's the difference? What I hear spiritually for myself, everyone needs, and they receive different information at different times and put stuff together in their own way, depending on what questions they have to be answered. I, again, go back, was questioning, what am I doing? And is it making a difference? And my question was answered. It is making a difference. People are questioning stuff. They're questioning what is going on here. This is strange. All of it is. So that's how I came up with what I'm reviewing today. Going back 40 minutes ago to page number 1. How I mentioned Batman. And nothing is a coincidence. You see, nothing is a coincidence. Especially when it has to do with summer moon. Right? Up, one of my gummy bears fell on the floor. I heard it. The heck? So summer moon, someone is watching and caring in the law enforcement. I know you guys all here care and watch. I'm not saying we don't. But when I show stuff like this, there's so much information in these little squares. And there's somebody now that is really watching the channel that could visualize the truth because they absolutely, positively know what they're looking at. And what I am saying to that person is, step forward. I said this in my last live. Step forward. Don't hide in the little crevices in the corners. These little teeny photos that I got from this person's YouTube, I believe, have a lot of information in here, you guys. This is from the Idaho 4. These photos are discussing the Idaho 4 in the Batman photo. The law enforcement, all they need to do is go grab this information and blow it up. Blow this shit up. Because the answers are in front of us, and the people doing this are saying, Holy Mother of God. I am looking at the guilty information, and holy shit. These are the Idaho 4 pictures of truth. These are the pictures of truth. You see. These are them. And to you, my friend, that is watching my channel, you have choices. Because this shit isn't going to stop showing. Because I have brought it to people's attention to look. To look. That's what we're doing here. We're looking. This here, so much information. So much. All of these small little photos is the story not just the Idaho 4, you guys. These photos come from the Idaho 4 case. They come from the Idaho 4. There's a lot that the authorities could look at within these photos. And this is why people are like, you know, not just people that could see the truth because they know what the truth is. Are like, I don't understand how no one sees this. And I could tell you why. Because they're told to ignore it. They're told to ignore it. These are photos that you guys have never seen. Because no one's looking. I know what I see here. It's time to really look, to stop this stuff and take a look. There's a whole scene in the video of Courtney Cox, and she has this around her head. Courtney Cox, not to say it's her, is wearing the elements of summer moon. Now, the only reason I paid attention is because Courtney Cox was the name of the person that I said looked familiar in Robert Vaughn's Facebook page on his boat, right? So this is what is on her neck. Now it's there. I played this clip over and over. Let me see if I have the clip. I played it because I'm like, okay. Let me see if it's in this one. All right, not in that one. This is what she looks like. My goodness. Not in that one. Oh, it's because it looks like I just kind of focused in on one little scene. I think I may have it in this one. Let me see. Because sometimes it's nice to see it. In video. Let me just see if it's in here and then I'll move on. No, that's okay. So face matched up really well with Robert Vaughn's. Now, remember, I put this on. I just put this stuff on. They're cousins? Matthew Perry and Courtney Cox are cousins? I never knew that. This was the boat that I just reviewed 2 days ago, right? This is who I pegged as Courtney Cox. Look-alike. I just happened to think of her as the person on this boat. Now, this boat is Robert Vaughn, Michael Vaughn's father. It's from his Facebook page, right? And this is what I showed the other day, how these two faces were similar as well. So there's faces that I will keep repeating as I build it. Like, you're going to see that a lot of these images are going to be repeated because I need to keep them in front of you guys. And you really, really need to see, especially the law enforcement, how this little girl is holding on to a major knife. This little girl, again, I point this out, and the woman next to her, her hands and everything are just messed up. But she's holding on to a knife. No, the kid, what she's got in her mouth is like the same thing that Quentin Simon had in his mouth. Betty Bullhorn and Molly did something on the road, and they had these posters, and Quentin Simon had like these things sticking out of his mouth. That's what let me see if I have one. That's what he had. You know, for those that weren't here when I did, Quentin Simon is completely 100% for sure in my book a sacrifice that didn't get justice. This is Quentin Simon, what he looked like, with those things on his head. And, you know, Bullhorn Betty and Molly did quite a number on him in the story, and it was never discussed. And they showed, let me see, let's see. I don't know if I have it under, because I don't know if I have it under Bullhorn Betty or Molly. Let me see. I probably won't find it, you guys. I have thousands and thousands, probably 100,000. Photos. Molly Horn. Let's see. I may just have to find it another time, but his pictures are just so obvious between Molly and Betty Bullhorn, whatever the fuck her name is. They touched on every case. And the photos and information that they provided were priceless. Priceless. And Quentin Simon has that same thing in his mouth. This is what I just showed you. In their TV show. This is just a small example. This here, again, is information that I get. This is Matthew's father pulling away from his house. What shows in the video and in the car is identical. Look. Identical to what we see in the cars that are under SUMMERWELLS cases. This was just a few days ago, 2 days ago? This is in his car. Or is this the police one? Oh, this isn't his yet. This is the police one. That's not correct. This can't be correct. Or can it? Right? Or can it? This here, and then it goes all the way down to the outside of the car, showing the same things as we saw in the Idaho 4 cars. That's no one in the back seat. Like that. There's no one in the back seat. You know, little bits and pieces, which I call nuggets, and a lot of people call nuggets, this one little photo I never really looked closely at until today. So how I pick my pictures is I scramble through them like tarot cards, right? And I select the ones that stop and give me the story. And you guys, this one I must have missed it because those yellow bars over the shoe are really a marker. Like those yellow bars, this is what I spiritually see. That it's under the ground. Like that, just imagine those yellow bars are connected to something like this. So I hear the story. So the story is that they are under the ground. But there are bars like this that stick slightly up, right? So what it's telling me is that Summer Moon isn't parts of her isn't too far from where this photo was taken. That's what I see. It shows her shoe, shows the wood piece, it shows a straw. These photos, you guys, are completely set. It's like a movie scene. I could go through these photos and show you each element. It's like playing I Spy. That I call SUMMERWELLS elements that are in Idaho 4. They're in all of them. And it's not like all of a sudden you're looking at, like, someone will be like, oh, it's like you're looking at a cloud, and the cloud looks like summer. Well, no, dumb fuck. That's not what it's like. It's like when I see stuff in a photo of a child that is missing and it matches other photos that I put to the side, like this one, it tells the story. This here, let me see. Mom. It's Brian's. What did I do yesterday? So funny how it's like, it's hard for me to recall like what I did and showed yesterday. This is what's on the Idaho 4 next. That V. I had that in my last presentation. And this yellow ladder tells me that this ladder goes down underneath. You see the cement? It gives me a story about summer. Looks like rope. Those are like the little pieces of mesh. To me, this is set. Like if I were the police, I would go back to find out where this is on their property. I'd go there. Just as if I would figure out what the hell is in these photos. This is supposed to be his father. It's very suspicious is what it is. And there's an untold story, just like Summer Moon's untold story, just like there's a story behind these things. They're not just placed just like this. I don't have to show you where this came from. But it came from a video that this shouldn't be in, because that video is of someone who's way older talking about summer moon. And this skin is skin of a child. This is not your skin. You know who you are. You come into my chat room. All of your videos are on summer. I guess my question is, like, what is this? Is this summer? Whose skin is this? This can't be yours. It can't be. Because this isn't your skin. But you show this in your video. If you want to answer in chat, I mean, I know you come in here. But this was very strange. I sent it into the TBI, by the way. And all I said is, this lady talks about summer every day since Rosemary Bly went missing. And she then shows this as she's talking about the wells. And this isn't her skin. What is it? There are certain things that come to my attention, and they all have a purpose and a reason. It's super easy to just say, hey, where'd you get this? And I'm keeping this information in here. I already went over it, but I need you guys to understand I'm keeping this in these presentations. That these faces to me are the same, and it's important enough for me to repeat over and over and over and over. That the Walgreens guy from June 15th and the guy sitting in this hamburger stand with Bullhorn Betty, to me, are the same. I'm showing this because I also sent this in. And I wanted to go over it here. Because many people will look at this and be like, so what? They're fingers. Really look. These fingers are different fingers from different hands. These fingers come from different hands. You know who you are. This is another channel that knows me. Only goes back to Summer Moon and knows information and details that you actually repeat that nobody knows about. Nobody knows about. You talk over your videos and give information we don't have. But I can tell you that I know what I'm looking at here. These are fingers that don't belong with an adult hand. These fingers are fingers of a child. There's thumbs in here that they're not attached to your hand. Whose fucking fingers are those, miss? Are they Summer's? You're talking about Summer. You're the one that I went to the water hole with. You're the one that I showed the water hole information that no one has. What you see here is a mix of fingers, and they are holding a very important element. Let me crop it in. In these hands, are the elements right there. That maroon little thing. And that's a clear stick. These fingers are not her fingers. None of these are. They're holding trophies. And these hands don't belong to her. This finger here, the tip is gone. The tip of the thumb is missing. But they're holding a very precious, very, very precious trophy. It has a little face of a chipmunk. These hands are not the hands of one person. There's fingers here all different people. Each frame tells me the same story. The same story, you guys. The fingers are a big deal. The fingers are part of these sacrifices. That's the first thing that Arbania said. They take fingers. They take other things, but fingers are a big deal. Look at this thumb. Sticking out of like a fake hand. And the other ones are pretty bloody. So this woman captured intense information once in a while, this area opens up that's behind these white sticks. Remember these white sticks? These are bloody. These are fake hands. This is bloody. Those fingers and whatever she's leaning against is the same white stick that I have been showing in Summer Moon. Those are the white sticks that are so very important. No matter where she is sitting, those white sticks there follow her. They're with her. There seems to be a couple different hands and arms that come out from the wall. That's what it does. It's coming out of the wall. I can't make this shit up if I tried. It comes out of a very strange place. And if you look closely, let me change the color. You see another person's face here. Let me put this on. Like, I know what this is. This is the equipment. You know, and I feel like, I almost feels like some of these people are just not real. Like, I feel like they're robotic or they're just not real. But she's holding the trophies in these hands. Like, that's not part of her shirt. Throughout the video, it changes. And this woman I think is holding SUMMERWELLS trophies. I do. I see little kids' hands. I see little fingers. Wait, what, Rumple? You moved way back and squinted. Yeah, it's it's something that you have to look, right? Up in the corner in the right, you could see that these fingers and hands aren't hers. I don't know what they do. These trophies, I think, are just, this is her face. It's like she's connected to equipment. Like, is she real or isn't she real? But she knows details of Summer Moon that we don't talk about. She talks about Don Wells and the family and Donnie. She calls him Donnie. No one calls him Donnie other than, I don't know, family members. But hey, if you're real and you want to come up here, come on up here. Because this is some strange shit. It is. And it's not new to us. This is not new. But there's way too many fingers there. It's just completely wrong. She calls him Donnie. I don't think anyone on YouTube calls Don Donnie. This is the part that the authorities have to really look at. These are the child's fingers. She shows herself putting on cowboy boots, and the hand becomes a little child's hand. And the fingers change, and they're coming out from. The hands reflect the sizes of the child. So at first, hand is small. So you're looking down. Cowboy boots. Yes, there is some writing. But the hands change. The hands change, you guys. The one all the way to the right here. So the reason I'm showing you this is because these are trophies. And I don't like... Are we buffering? Are we buffering? Shit. Am I still buffering? Let's see how it goes. This is the most important part. Tell me if I'm buffering. Do you guys see what's in front of you? You just missed what I said? What? Do you guys hear me now? Wait a minute. Do you guys not hear me? Did it stop? Oh my God. Tell me when it stops. I can't believe you missed what I said. Am I still buffering? You guys? Um, is it still buffering? Wow, you guys. Am I still buffering? Anyone? Not now. The heck? Okay, did you guys hear what I said about this? Did you guys hear what I said about her hands? Did you hear this? These are different children's hands. This is the victim. This is the victim. It seems as if many a times the victim is a black child. And I have to bring that up, and I have to let you guys know what I see. This is happening over and over in my videos. Not to say one's different than the next. Everyone is a human. But these are hidden. These children are hidden. Every time I go into the corners, I see a face. I see a face. I'll go back to the boots. This, you guys, is critical information to recognize as the truth. This here doesn't fit in anywhere in this lady's video. When I was showing you these boots is when we were interrupted. I was showing you the importance of this lady's hand. How it goes from a little child's hand to a hand that's being manipulated with a string. These are elements, you guys. These are critical pieces. Critical pieces. This hand is way different than this little hand. Way different. It's like it's a different video. And then this is like it's a whole different scene. Really look at what you're looking at. These are victims laying down. These are victims in a room laying down. This here is what's happening. Nobody is coming to this person's rescue. Nobody. It's sad. And these are the voices that aren't being heard. These are the children that no one knows is gone. They don't have names. They don't have names. But these are humans. We're all the same. Her face changes, her hands change. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. Her head is coming out of the same thing, of this white thing that Molly Golightly's was, that Aaron Carter's was. I want you to notice the shape. This is like the boob thing I call, that's in all the videos. This is staying consistent. I want the law enforcement to look into this. I want them to find where this is and to investigate this information. Mask and lace. Yes. Oh. There's the face. In the back. Here, let me show you. So they like to cover these faces up with white or with black, like in order to camouflage it. But if you look all the way back here, there's the white one. It's like it's a person. This channel needs investigating. Head on a platter is right. Needs investigating. Because to me, it's crystal clear what I'm looking at. It's crystal clear, and it's crystal clear that it's being covered up. Here comes the heart. So this person is in like a cocoon. It's in a cocoon, and you could see the heart, the white stuff. It's right there. It's not being hidden. If anyone gives a shit in the law enforcement about these children that are being taken and no one is even recognizing it, This isn't like a Summer Moon who was in the news. This is in her fucking video that it shouldn't be in her video because this isn't even what they're talking about. How could this be okay? Can't be. If we make this okay, I guess we've made it okay because look, the world is so screwed up because this is okay. I guess we're there. Like I maybe I'm speaking to no law enforcement that's listening. Maybe that's the new normal. Maybe this is what they think is okay. I believe Summer Moon Wells' children have a piece of them here. I feel that this is very significant. I feel the importance of this. Because anyone who uses that bright, stupid frickin' light, they just use it to cover something up. This here is a Summer Moon Wells child. And nobody could tell me differently. You can't. Because what I see is what I have been seeing. You see, it can't be unseen for me. It can't be unseen for me. This is the head, and that's that long stick. That's the maroon piece. Let me see if I have it in here. I'm looking. I don't have it in here. But it's the maroon piece that I show you guys that Summer Moon has stuck into her head. That's what you see here. That's what that is. And that stuff just, it doesn't change, right? It stays the same. It's information that stays the same. Those are the maroon pieces. Kind of like this. So if if you look here, let me explain something as far as trophy pieces. So here's Michael Vaughan. So here's Michael Vaughan. And when I say there are trophy pieces, the trophy pieces are like those heart pieces on the bottom. There's, you got the L's in the window. You have some things on the side of his face. But this here is basically what you're looking at in this photo. Let me grab it. Right. It's the same thing. So here's Michael Vaughan with his trophy pieces that she's got in her arm. And here's what she's doing here. That stick. There's no difference. This little summer moon has the maroon thing on her eyeball. And the only difference is she is holding the trophies on her lap, in her hands. These are the little trophies. That's what they are. Same thing. This person is probably a victim. Her fingers look like a victim. Everything does. And whatever I showed the other day, I am reiterating it right now that this needs to be dug up. Those little pieces that I am showing you that are in the palm of all of those fingers, those little pieces, you guys, are no different than the little pieces that are being shown here under the RV. These are all trophies. These are trophies. Let me contrast it a little. Here, now you'll be able to see the face more. So the face that you see in hers, so here I contrasted a little so you could see it. They're just under the RV. Right here. Same thing. So All of this information is being shown really clearly in these videos. I ended the live the other day and I'm like, I have to find the photo with this flower, this fake flower. That fake flower was stuck in the ground somewhere and then it was taken out. Like, this fake flower thing moved a couple times during one particular video from the interview room. And you're probably saying, why is that important? It's because, let me show you, there's things stuck to it. Let me show you. This little area of where they said they planted flowers is right on top of the corner of that RV. It's showing almost as if it's together. But that stick isn't even in the bucket. And it's got those elements connected to it, the little boxes. This area should have been dug up. Those black boxes on top, come and go. These here, so whatever is happening in this corner of Grandis's RV location was critical. This. Because what you're looking at, you guys, you could look at any videos you want. It doesn't stay the same. Doesn't stay the same. This shifts. The stuff, and I'm not talking about the stuff that's really little. I'm talking about the information that is in the interview rooms, videos that change. Because what you're looking at is the same corner. This is the same corner as this. This shows underground activity. This shows shit under Grandis's RV. Prayers to Judy. Send her light, you guys. May she be better. And yes, a speedy recovery. Not easy. This here these are SUMMERWELLS pieces. That's what those are. And those boxes are in some photos and not the others. That this should match, like this information doesn't match completely. This matches completely, and I'm bringing it back. This matches really well. And this is also these elements here, this also has to be ingrained and pushed so you guys see and recognize how important these photos are. Super important. Here, bring this forward, brighten, Summer Moon has all the elements laying around here, you guys. Same with Michael Vaughn. And they're really clear. There's her jug, and there's her box with the little thing sticking out. This tells the truth. Tells the truth. Same with Michael Vaughn's. I just threw these in here so you guys could see this, right? That I don't remember if I showed this clearly or not. I can't remember, so I'm like, I had to put this back up here. But these are what I call critters. And the one to the right is Kylie Rodney's. The one to the left is Off the Boat. This here is critical. The letters on here is something that really should be looked at by the law enforcement, because Summer Moon Wells has letters on her head as well. And there's certain information that just shows up in the videos that other equipment could look closer at. But Summer Moon's head says something. Let's see. Let's see if we open it. This is all I get. Tell me what you guys see. I see an R-O-T. Let me see if I change the color. Sharpness. Oh, maybe the sharpness will bring it in. Here. I mean, these are letters. Let me see if I turn it. right? They're just different letters. They're definitely there. And I think it's really critical for them to be recognized, just as Benny's is to the right-hand side. And you could see that she's sitting, you know, in a sled or whatever that is. No, I can't make this out. These letters are important too, so I just kept them in here. They show up. I know I showed this in the other video, but not everyone sees the videos. A lot of these letters show up and they all match. And this is when I like to bulk them together. I think it's important to show them sometimes different ways, but grouped together in a way that is comprehensible. I showed these. This is the end of yesterday's or 2 days ago video. I can't remember. But pay attention, right? I mean, look how this dude has another person above him. And this is something that's very common in these videos. Let me show you. And this here isn't anyone overlapping anything. This person behind him shows. It's very common. And their heads are usually, every time, in between something like that. Like they're laying on top of a telephone. It looks like that every time. I showed this. And this is how it's done. They use some sort of fucked up system to do this. But it works, right? It works. It works for them. It's a way to give their information, like this. Stay with me with this, guys, because this is very important. This comes from the lady from Australia, allegedly's video that I just showed you in presentation number 1. Still the same grouping. Now, when I look at a room like this, I see that this is part of whatever they're doing. Scientifically, whatever they're using these people for, you enter in a room like this. And this is what it looks like. Someone would have to bring you here to find it. they have these strange vines, ferns connected to the doors with those thin wires. So it tells me that this could be the kind of a room because they are feeding the earth, the greens, nature, replenishing the earth in this room. There are humans in the room. The doors that are closed, you guys stick with me here. The doors that close have those greeneries connected to them with the tubing. Now, that's what I always say. I could make a pretty damn good frickin' horror movie easily. Because this is what's in these rooms. People. And this is exactly what the boxes look like that we have been following. So if the law enforcement listens, go find this room. Or is it that you can't find it because it's protected? But this exists. It's in the video. And it's definitely not being covered. Oh, it's not being covered. This is what it looks like. Wait 1 second. Make plan. See? These are hidden. This is what the inside of this room looks like. Now, when they explain it, she's trying to say it's a place that they clean water. Possibly. Possibly. But to me, this has to do with the sacrifices. Because to me, this is what the room looks like. There's no other fucking reason she would be talking about it. No other reason. Every little thing in here I have seen in my third eye. Like, this would be what the lab, the room would look like in my horror movie. This is exactly what it looked like. This to me is where I have photos of Summer Moon in the white bars, and her face looks like a chipmunk or whatever it is, a panda, like this in the back. This is in the back, right back here. I think this is the room. Look very carefully in the reflection of the windows. It's the reflection of the windows that shows the information. It's in white. It's this part right here, and I'll change the coloring. Right here. Right here. So what I'm going to do is change the contrast. And you're going to see it and understand that the law enforcement could find this if they want to. This is what the heads look like that I show over and over and over. They're in a fucking machine. You guys, this stuff is real. It's stuff that's happening. And I'm thinking that it's protected by the government. Because there's no way I'm the only one who has uncovered this. That would make no sense. Here, when you really brighten it up, you see the head. I mean, what the fuck? Right? This is what they're doing with these children of no name and with the SUMMERWELLS children. This is what they're doing, you guys. Because this is all one. These are cocoons, like these white things. When you turn them upside down, there's your person with the V to the left. Their head is against the wall. Let me show you. With their maroon boxes. This is, see, I saved the best for last. This is mind-blowing. Here. Let me open this up a little. See, they're in a cylinder. They're in this cylinder. The V is under the neck. So the V is under the neck and it follows the cylinder. See? The head is right here. Right. There's the head. Here's the V. These are the tubes. These are the maroon boxes. Here's the yellow one. Here's the white one. Here's the maroon one. It's all here in this lab. It's all here in the lab. You turn it this way and grab the boxes. Let's see. Lots going on. But this is, yep, thank you for those ones. You all see those heads, this head. You follow the V, right? And these are the tubes. Those are the tubes that I showed you was on that girl whose videos these are. It's quite interesting. So look at it now. These are, they try to camouflage the heads, but the reason we could see them so easily is because we've been looking at them, right? So these aren't new. These are bobbing heads that we've seen in the water. We've seen these on the boats, right? We've seen them for a long time now. So, you know, they could use any freaking technique they want, but we're gonna see it. Because we know that the heads are connected to these maroon bars because Summers is. Summers is connected to that. It's no different. That's what it shows she's in. This. That is how we were shown Summer, you guys. And it's difficult to comprehend that that is what they showed us. But it is. I mean, do you guys remember this photo of Summer? That's what happens to them. This. There's little Summer. And these are her trophies. Maroon, the green, the white. And there's Summer. These aren't fake photos. Someone created these photos. I sure in the hell didn't create these fucking photos. So, that's her. Because that is what the head looks like in the picture to the left. That's what it looks like. That's what they showed us. That's what they showed us. So that's why this stuff could be completely matched up, because it's the same information since day one. Day one. They have these girls, Summer and John Monet, in the same white shit. This is Summer's head. That is what they're showing. No different. No different. This is part of the machine. And all this shit back here is real. This is all real. It is not being covered up. It isn't being deep faked. It is showing right here. And you know, some dumbass will come up and be like, oh no, that's a water place. That's where they clean the water. That's what she said it was. I mean, she said it's where they clean water. Then what the fuck are you talking about, you crazy bitch? Well, guess what? I'm not a crazy bitch, and this is the truth. There's the little box. These are all pieces of the equipment. That's the little box in there. So, if anyone cares to, maybe they don't care to bust this open. Maybe they don't give a shit to touch it. You know, it's very possible. It's very possible that this stuff is so protected. I'm going to still keep telling the story, and I'm going to turn this into a movie. Someone's going to pick my shit up. Someone is. And it will be a blockbuster. This is a human being sacrificed. This is a fucking human. And this is not the girl in the video, because I know the equipment that this person is inside of. I know what I'm looking at. I just showed you this. I just showed you the camera. This is a human. Whatever she is holding in her hand is identical to this. There's no difference. Another day, another dollar. This person is in all the same white stuff. That is the same piece of equipment that everybody has in their hand. Everybody. This is a sacrifice. You're not going to see the face because she doesn't show the face. Everything here is Summer Moon. This person is holding their box and is being sacrificed. That's their box. That's their box. That's the box that stays with the kids. That's the box that's in the car with Summer. That's the box. Let me turn the V around. Let's see. Turn it upside down. We'll probably get a whole different viewpoint here. So here's the cylinder. Here's the cylinder. Wow. It's really starting to shift. It's bright. Everything is brightening up. Watch. Look at the original photo. You guys, it's so unreal. I see so many pieces of the equipment, like the little pieces, like the little boxes. So what you see on the other side, oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. Here's the little boxes with the T. We see this. Oh, this is such a bingo card. Look at the boxes on the bottom here. Those are our boxes. Oh my God, you guys. This is such a bingo card. I'm sorry. This is it. That's the maroon. It has like a T on it. And then here, see these? Here's the white with the little V's. Wow. Wow. I love you guys. By the way, I am looking at chat. Thank you all so much for those ones and the amazing loving words. Thank you. Look at this. You guys, these are the rooms. The reason it looks like that is because there's clear walls. There's like a clear plexiglass on it. So these are separate. These are separated. There's like plexiglass in here. See, these are plexiglass. That's why it looks this way. Oh my God. You guys, this is such a bingo card. Now, I'm going to be showing you this person's face. Now, understand, it's not about this person because we don't know who put this stuff in the video, right? Here, that's all the mesh stuff. So I'm going to show you, it says chlorine. Well, they're like, they say that she says this is a place that cleans water. Where does it say chlorine? Yeah, especially over on this side, like this room right here, and all this stuff is summer. Now watch this. Look at her hands here. They're not even attached. Look at her hands. Wait 1 second. Wait. Sorry. Okay. See the hands? So these hands, they're really big part. They're really big part of the story. And this information is a really big part of Summer Moon's story. How this is leaning in this room. To me, this is a room. This is a room. And they're small little rooms. I showed you this in the other video. All these fingers I just showed you. I put it in the other one. All of this stuff. These are just different faces that are beneath her face. So that's why you don't know whose face is what. Monkey is in this presentation. Here it comes. This here is horrific. Look at her neck. Right back here, you guys, those are trophies. And this channel really needs to be looked at very badly. The information is just insane. I'm coming up with Monkey next. This information is absolutely critical for the law enforcement to look at, and that's only if they give a shit to do something with it. Like I said, you guys, it might be protected. This might be some sick-ass freaking science project that is like underground and protected. And they use kids for this shit. And adults. It's possibly this could just all be, as I said, protected. This is someone else's fake hand. I showed that earlier. I showed this earlier. I showed this earlier, all the fingers. And I showed you this. This is like a science project. Aha! Here are the boots and the hands that last time we got cut off. The children with no name. I went over all this. Go to the beginning if you didn't see it. I went over all this. Michael. This live is now going to talk about Michael. Michael Vaughn has not gotten justice either. Michael Vaughn is a SUMMERWELLS child. I see them as if they went together. I like to speak over the children's pictures, and Michael's information needs attention. And he is not going to be forgotten. This little boy isn't going to be forgotten. You know, as time goes on, they're the ones that feel like they're being forgotten, right? So they're the ones who feel, you think we're waiting for justice. How do you think they feel? So what I do here is bring them whenever justice I can. But they are really looking for their story to be understood on a large enough scale that will allow other people like you guys to recognize the elements so we could stop it now and in the future. Because photos don't do stuff like this. Like, yeah, like you could say that something's now on his chin, but it's leaving like it's inside the chin. It's not like it's just being layered. It's stuck on the bottom of his chin. So it's stuff like this, you guys, that needs attention. This is what these children look like. Michael Vaughn is one of them. He's one of them. They put lots of information in their photos for us to pay attention to. The tattoos, the number 5s, the equipment. This is no different than Don's equipment. So to the spirit world, they're like, what the fuck? It's right in front of their faces. Like they're like, that's not a normal photo. These photos shouldn't appear this way. Things don't change. Like, yeah, do you have other things that appear? But this changes to a whole different face. Michael Vaughn and Summer Moon did not go alone. And every part of their story is told through their videos. I think that's the person who's behind all of this. I think we're looking at the person that hides his face inside all of this information. I recognize that face. I'm not saying who I think that is, because that's not what I do here, but I recognize it. And that person should recognize themselves. That's supposed to be Michael Vaughn. Think about it, you guys. That's not even Michael you're looking at. This is telling you, this is the sick ass motherfucker, is what that is. That there is his mouth. That, you guys, should not be this way. Do you understand that Michael Vaughn's mouth shouldn't look this way? Michael's mouth here shouldn't look this way either. He's got one of those, like we said, cigarette things in his mouth. It's in there. That is in his mouth. You could tell because it covers his lips. It's not like it's in there. This is what Michael looks like in this video, you guys. His eye is behind the white thing. It's being covered. They placed Michael Vaughn in the water. He is in the same space as Summer Moon, period, end of fucking story. What you dumbasses are showing here is the same fucking photo of Summer Moon's stuff against the RV. This is a friend writing on the back of someone's window. Really? This here matches, let me show you. Summer Moon's information. This is going to blow you guys away. So if the law enforcement would like to put this all together, go for it. Because they're in the same fucking spot. This here is telling the same story as this here. It's down under. So if anyone gives a shit to bring justice home, they're both showing the number 5s, and they're both showing the same information. Let me put a better photo. This here is the same thing. So if anyone gives a flying fuck, this is a match. These children went to the same place. These children were placed in the same lake. They went into the same water. And then you took their frickin' trophies and placed them in the same fucking location. Why is it that this, I'm telling you guys, no one's gonna do shit about it. I'm putting it out there. Yeah, it says monkey on top. All they're showing is that these children are together. That what you're looking at is down under. It looks exactly like what is shown at the RV, you guys. It's like identical. Those are little white, whatever those are. This is what's reflecting in the back of the car. And what I'm saying is, coincidentally, it's a match to monkey. This is summer moon. Wherever this photo is here, right here, is the same. because the number fives that they put, you know how they put the number fives all the way down in the ground? That's what's down there. Are these little things. Right? See if I could. I'll contrast it. Let me get rid of the black stuff. Okay. So those number fives down there, and all of the V, there's the V and all of the critters, it all goes down here. This number 5 box goes just, see how they're the same? And those V's are not, they're nothing more than what I've been showing you since you met me on YouTube. I mean, those V's, you can't have a Summer Moon Wells case if there are no V's. It's null and void. End of story. These here, so this all goes down there, right? So let's pretend that this and this are the same. This part is metal, the V is metal. And they have these white things, whatever those are, they're smaller. Like, I think that every one of these sacrifices have one of those white things. I do. It's part of it. But this is where the V is, right here. You crop it. So these are a match, and this, I know I kept this to the very end. I really hope everyone watches through to the end, because this is pretty freaking important, right? Because they are a match. They've always been a match. Monkey and Summer Moon have always been a match. This is the V. And those are your boxes, and they all get put together in this match. See, she's writing on the window, but the window was used to tell Michael Vaughn's story. And no one's paying attention to the fact that that's his buggy to the left with all of his stuff. It's a very, very, very clear story to me. Every child has one of these. I call them a buggy, a wheelchair, a basket, a chair. These are a part of their story. What page is this? 436. Let me grab this. 36. The Idaho 4 shows it really well. They show, I don't know, you know when you see that girl that they say they questioned her because she left her keys or something in the car. She's in one of these things. Kylie Rodney had one of these at her sacrifice. What was said at the food truck? It's just a buggy of shit, of all of their stuff. And Summer has one too. It's like they're in a ride. And all this is telling the story of Michael Vaughn and Summer Moon Wells. They're together. There's his little maroon box. It's all in here. Let me show you his box. Oh my God, the whole thing is in here. The closer you look and the more you look, the more you're going to see, right? But what I'm going to show you is his little maroon box. This photo reminds me of, oh. It's sort of looking like what I see as Appalachian Fairground, the carnival. Like it's reminding me, in the back here, it's reminding me of the carnival. Right back here. This is reminding me of the Appalachian Fairground. There's a lot of information in here, you guys. Pictures that have to do with the Summer Moon Wells case. They make it their business to tell the story. And that's what I've been doing, is telling you the story using these videos, because they're really good. See? It's a white truck. See that person? He has a mask on her face right here. You guys, one day someone will look at this and be like, yeah, that's not normal. That's a sacrifice. That's Michael. That's Michael Vaughn. That's Summer. This is in her window. It is clearly a sacrifice. and they're holding all of their pieces. Look at that. All this around the neck, holding their stuff. There's letters. That's real obvious. That's real obvious. These photos are telling Michael's story, and there's no reason this shouldn't be discussed, looked at by the authorities. But like I said, it may not be. It just may not be. Those are all the critters holding their piece of wood. That one piece of wood across the arms that's what I was trying to tell you guys, with the shoe. I think there's a piece of wood. With this shoe, I said that they each have like a piece of wood like that. It's right here. See? These things are placed. They're placed there. Anything that has to do with any of these cases. This is Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's story. And I'm sticking to it. One day, someone up on top will decide it's time. It's just time. It's time to blow the whistle. It's time. And whatever is behind this door, I think is the key. I do. I think that these are significant, and that this is what these rooms look like. Well, that is the end of my story. This could have been a haunted house Halloween story. That's how absurd it is, right? Totally absurd, but completely part of our world. It's just part of our world that we live in, you guys. All right, well, wow. There was a lot to cover. I could have probably put that into 3 different videos. All right, you guys, that is it for tonight. First of all, thank every one of you for being here. Like I say, I can't do it without you. I couldn't do it without you, and it just wouldn't be the same. I need all of you guys here. I do. I do. Oh my goodness. Definitely thumbs up on your way out, please. Or your way in if you're listening to it later. May justice come. Thank you, Muffin Top, my amazing mod. I'm getting everyone's emails, by the way. And thank you all my subscribers that are in chat. Thank you. And my members. And thank you for those super chats, Boston. Super stickers. Thank you very much. Completely appreciate it. Those are really nice to receive. So, thank you all. God bless you all. May justice come soon, as well as peace on earth. I love you all. Talk to you all soon. Good night, guys.